All right, so I had to redraw a little bit to make it a little bit more clear. So now the issue that I see with a lot of people, a lot of clients, the problem is they come from, let's not call it by the name, but let's call it CrossFit. People come with a CrossFit background, for example. So what they are used to is that things here, high intensity. They are used to pushing a lot every single session. They're gonna push themselves and smash themselves and reach the top of the ceiling every single time. So this does feel efficient. You feel like, okay, I'm building something. It is hard. Obviously, it should build fitness. So they are going high intensity every single session. So what is the issue with that? Can you progress by doing this and go from 70 minutes? Maybe you can build up a little bit your pyramid and then you're going to be at some point, let's say 68 minutes. Is it possible? Yes, it is completely possible. But the problem with that is you are doing high intensity all the time and that is not sustainable. This is the issue with that. Think about that. Think about the people that are doing high intensity all the time, that are maybe progressing faster than you. Think about a few people around you. I'm pretty sure if you think about it, you will see some common things. They are always injured or pretty often, and they plateau. That means that they reach a fitness level pretty quick, but since then, they've been at this same fitness level more or less for quite some time. That is not normal. Why? Is because they are focusing on that instead of focusing on that. So now what I am doing with most of my clients, I mean with everyone, what I am doing with myself as well, is I am focusing on that. Easy work. Why? Because we want to make sure this gets bigger and bigger. So there's no much high intensity. Why? Because we don't need that. We don't really need that yet. We need that when we are getting closer to a race. But when we are not closer to a race, we want to use all our time and effort to make sure this gets larger and larger. So we're doing a lot of easy work to make sure our pyramid gets larger. So what can happen is, let's say we are doing a race in the middle of the process and we haven't been focusing too much on high intensity because we want to get this bigger. What can happen is we are doing a race and all of a sudden we are trying to express our fitness and our fitness is just here, 70 minutes, because we didn't put too much intensity. So what we are seeing here is like, well, I am not progressing. I am still at the same fitness level as I was before, for example. But it is because this is a focus, making sure this is getting bigger. And then when we are putting intensity again, and we are starting to get specific for a race, then we're going to be able to express more of the pyramid. And then all of a sudden we are higher. And this is, let's call it 65 minutes. But this takes time. This takes months and months. And this feels good. This feels very good. Well, I did 70 minutes, 3 months later, 68 minutes, 3 months later. Well, there's no race because I'm injured. I've been pushing too high all the time. And by doing that, there's delayed gratification. People struggle with that. The problem here is this takes time. This takes years. If I ask someone, okay, well, you can be at 67 or 68 minutes right now, or you can be at 65 minutes in 2 years. What they're gonna pick? They're gonna pick that. They want that right now. Why? Because they will think, okay, 68 minutes now, well, we never know, maybe in 3 months, with a good day, a little bit of luck, we never know, I might be at 65. Well, no, we do know, I do know that you will never be there. Why? Because you didn't focus on that. And you pushing hard all the time to try to get to that number, it leads to only one thing, is injury and step backs. So you might do, let's say, 10 steps forward, but then all of a sudden you're injured, you're going to do 10 or even 15 steps backwards. Where here, what we're doing here is 1 step forward, 1 step forward, 1 step forward, 1 step forward. You get the point, all the way, all the time, consistently. But here, we might do 5 steps forward, 5 steps forward, 5 steps forward. Then all of a sudden, boom, 68 minutes. And then boom, we get injured. Well, 10 steps backward, we're going back there. We're here consistently, always progressing.